Alright everybody, we're back again. This is the next video. So yeah, previous videos, I think we've done Drift Outlaws, all the guys had for practice. We're now prepping for the 23rd. This is the next event. Sure, I think this whole year's video has just been event after event. But yeah, we ran into some issues. So this one, the V8 is in it, it's just resting for now. This one is now what we're going to work on in this video. So basically Marius ran into some issues last session, car got a bit hot, we suspect a blown head gasket. So yeah, in this video we're just going to show you what to check for, how to determine if your head gasket's blown, and then from there we'll go into fixing it basically, and what we need to do to get it back on track. So yeah, so I think what we're going to do with this is head gasket, and then a few little other upgrades. Maybe mess with the timing, maybe cut the cam, I don't know, depends on how things go. But yeah, let's get into it. Last session, like I said, we charred a radiator, we charred the viscous fan, we damaged a whole lot of stuff. This radiator is the spare from that car, because that car is getting an upgrade because of the V8. So we'll put the spare in here for now. I think the old shock's also coming in here. But yeah, what we found, we tried to bleed the car. So basically the car got hot. He's got no heat gauge. We probably should have put one in. I did warn you. I did warn you. But yeah, anyway, car got hot, started to misfire. So overheating plus the misfire is already a bad sign. When it killed the radiator, I think it just cooked itself. It lost all the water. We tried to bleed it at the track. We basically kept getting bubbles. It ran fine. We cleaned the plugs. It had no misfire. But we kept getting bubbles in the radiator, so that's basically a surefire way to know that your head gasket is blown between your combustion chamber and your coolant jacket, basically. With these older engines, they've got fiber head gaskets. Basically, they break. Any overheating, it's blown. Take it off, replace it. These engines were designed to be worked on. They were designed to be open quite often. You're supposed to do valve clearances, you know, with every service, that kind of stuff. Not like modern cars where once everything, Donnie just had a mishap here. Once everything is sealed and put together, it should last 100,000 Ks. Why would you start laughing? Sorry, Donnie just threw a toolbox on the floor. Are you okay? Okay, he's okay, toolbox is okay. That was almost a big fuck up. Anyway, so yeah, basically new cars, everything gets sealed up, 100,000 Ks, you technically shouldn't have a problem so long as you service it. Old cars, every service you should technically open it up, check things, do valve clearances. So yeah, what we'll do end of the day today, so tomorrow, we'll pull the valve cover off, set the timing, show you the correct manner in which you should pull the head off, which goes for all cars, not just this car. There's like a general rule of thumb and a way you do the job that won't inflict more damage, because you can pull the head off wrong, you can actually warp it more. Also, only remove a head when the car is cold. So yeah, basically tomorrow, set timing, pull valve cover, pull the cam, rocker arms, and then yeah, cam, rocker arms, and then remove the head, all the head bolts, drain water, drain oil. You know, we're going to go through the work. So yeah, that we'll carry on with tomorrow. This morning we're back on the Skyline. We've got the battery out, we've got the car jacked up. So yeah, now we're just going to basically drain the water, pull the pipes off, set the timing, get the tappet cover off, and just see how far we can strip it. Your normal process would be to check if there's bubbles in the coolant, which we have. Check if you've got a misfire, so then you do a compression test. One of the cylinders will probably show you, or even sometimes more than one, will show you where the leak is on the gasket, but also show you how to check the gasket once the head is off to see if it was actually blown. We had all the symptoms, so there's no point really doing the tests because we know it's blown. So yeah, let's just get stripping. Yeah, so lucky with this engine, we don't have to take bolts off or anything. We can literally just take whatever's attached to the cylinder head off. Only trouble is the manifold and the exhaust has to come off, and that's not fun on the Siamese head. So we've got our engine on TDC. basically just cranked it for the mark to be there. To confirm, we know here's cylinder 1. Follow that lead, so the rotor should be sitting here. If it's not, then we're 180 out, so we just have to turn the engine over one more time. But we're right on the money. There's the rotor, there's number 1. Perfect. Alright, so now we know we can strip everything off, the engine won't go out of time, everything's correct. Yeah. Out here. I'm dropping the chain in all the way. Okay.
Want to take something?
It's fine. Okay. This. So up there with this. Now. As you can see here, got a bit of mix there, oil and water, a bit of white stuff. You see it there, you know. We love white stuff in the engine, no we don't. And then here, obviously there's rust on the cam lobes, so that we'll have to just sand off. But that's basically a clear sign that water's in the engine. You know, we didn't wash the engine down or anything, so the only way it could have got in there is from the blown head gasket. So basically what happens is the engine blows compression pressure into the coolant system, which creates steam, and then basically when it blows between the coolant jacket, the compression, the cylinder, coolant jacket, cylinder, and the oil galley, when those three blow, that's when you get mixing and that kind of stuff. So that's why this has happened. So yeah, also it's been standing a while since it happened. We probably maybe should have drained the oil and stuff like that. But it's an old engine, they're quite strong, so it should be fine. And yeah, most of the oil is still black. This is just obviously condensation, so this is like the first signs of a blown gasket. So yeah, we should have, well, hopefully we caught it just in time. We'll still send the head away to be checked. And yeah, we'll just carry on stripping. I've got the dizzy out, so basically that, we just unbolted one bolt, pulled that out to gain access to the manifold. Because this is a Siamese head, you've got intake and exhaust on the same side. So the only part of the job that'll be more difficult than a normal engine is this part, getting the manifolds off. And then from there, it's about 8 or 10 bolts in the head as well. This engine's done really well for the abuse that it's taking.
Sure, yeah. So it's time.
They undo the head and they can't lift it. I don't know why. They don't see the pins.
At the back?
Yeah, do you see the little pins here? The RB is the same, but it has them at the back as well.
Interesting.
It's interesting when you work on new engines from a brand and then you work on a very old engine from that same brand and you see how there's little strange little designs that have carried through all the years type of thing.
Really
So
cool.
it's like, oh, this was proven, you know, a couple of years ago and now it's still even like quite interesting.
If it works, why change it, eh?
Yeah, that's, if it's not broke, don't fix it. It comes out brown, we know which cylinder it's blown on. Oh, that one's a little brown, it's not too bad. It's not too bad at all. So the head gasket blow is not huge, but it's definitely blown. If you had kept going, it would have got way worse. You would have mixed oil, water.
Oh, I did keep going.
Yeah, well, when I eventually did tell you to stop. Alright. Come this side. So I'm gonna lift at the back. You're gonna lift here in front. Watch the guy. That's what this thing. Okay, I'm gonna go straight up. Got it? Okay. Let's get off. Okay, now let's go to the rubber mat inside. Yeah. Yeah, right there. Okay. Grab a piece of cardboard. I'll hold it. No. Oh yeah, there. Grab that one. So,
It's outside, don't worry.
okay. Just waiting for cardboard. Put the cardboard down. Okay, now, do it this way. Whoa. Yeah, no problem. Alright, so with the help of the boys, we got the head off. Looks like Marius has done some valve bouncing here. So a little too much. Yeah, there's some marks on the pistons and stuff. But that actually could have been there from before. I don't know, was this engine rebuilt fresh?
No idea.
Okay, yeah, so you never know. We don't really know the history of the engine.
Apparently it was, so it must have been me if that was true, but not sure.
Well, even so, rebuild with pistons that have marks on them, you know, if you're just making things work, it's not a big deal because they're flat pistons, so it's not a huge problem. I guess we'll check when the head goes in for engineering. They'll check it if the valves are bent, then we know we damaged it. But yeah, head is off. Everything looks okay. The gasket was a bit burnt in one or two places, but not too bad. But yeah, now it's just to send the head away, and then when the head comes back, we'll carry on, put it back on, set the timing, set the clearances. Should be good to go. Okay. Okay, so we're done cleaning. The head is over there, that's already clean. That just needs to be wiped down. But yeah, basically what we normally do is just run a wire brush on a drill. It just takes off all the old gasket material. And then yeah, after that, just clean it up with acetone, remove any debris that's still in the cylinder, dust, things like that. And then yeah, we'll fit the new gasket, put the head, throw some oil in the cylinders just to make sure the rings are okay when we start up. And then yeah, it should be good from there. So it's time to put the head up. Okay, got the brand new head here. Well, new, not new, but freshly engineered. Here's the, should have a couple of fresh exhaust valves. Marius decided to, he did a good job bend these. Everything should be fairly clean. Yeah, and there's the surface. Okay, you have to take this off. Workshop bench. Yeah, so this is the head. Everything's been machined. There's two valves that have been replaced that were bent. We've still got some corrosion and stuff, but it's not too bad. It shouldn't affect anything. But yeah, I'll just apply some acetone, get off any finger marks, any oil that's still on here. So we'll do 2 or 3 passes with different sides of a clean luffy, just to make sure it's clean. And then also what we did, we rotated the cam so that we added firing and rocking on number 1 and number 4. If you put the head on and the cam timing is not correct, if these are sticking out, you can damage your pistons. It sounds like common sense, but if you're doing it at home, people don't know. Easy way to mess up the job. So old L28, any application, it's a fiber gasket, it's a material. If this was a steel gasket, we'd use some copper spray just to help seal, because it's a very old block and we haven't decked it. So the copper spray will take up the little gaps. Because it's a fiber gasket, you don't really have to do that because the fiber obviously will compress more. But yeah, I'm going to get this on now and then put the head on. Let's get that on. Make sure it's the right way around. And there we go. Trying to go. Yeah. Cool. Alright, let's grab it again. Down there. Another down there. There we go. Make sure it's flush. Make sure all the ports are open. Everything that's supposed to be open is open. Yep, that's the jackets, oil fluids. There. That's all clean. Okay. This is going to be a bit more complicated. Okay. Right.
My front, you have the front.
Okay, you got the back.
I can touch the.
It's fine. Alright, just
I can touch the cam.
yeah, just don't touch the seating surface. Okay. You got it. Slowly.
Ryan, je man doen het. Swap side.
Okay. You got it?
Yeah. Can I lower?
No way.
You make them land good. Okay, you do the exhaust coming.
Yeah.
Got it.
You gotta go further towards the firewall. Okay. Straighten up.
Can I put it on the block?
You need to straighten up more. You need to go towards the corner. More. Okay. Good. Okay. Alright. Grab that again. Move this. I'll come check there. Make sure we're all on. Yeah, keep that on the box. Okay. Yeah, that feels good. Head is on.
This one is almost gonna come off.
Yeah, it's fine. Fix that now. The main thing is that it's in line, it's correct, it's on its out. Push it down.
Oh, I think it was.
There we go. Yeah, it wasn't on the down. Now it's on the bounce. Okay. Cool. Is the head on? Now we need bolts. Where's your head bolts?
In the boot. Or not
Yeah.
the boot?
Let's go grab the head bolts.
Now, a lot of people say you shouldn't do or lube the threads, and then other people say you should lube the threads. What's your
Whoever
thoughts?
says you shouldn't do it is an idiot. They've never worked on an engine in their lives. The reason you lube it is so that it doesn't rust in the iron block.
Ah, okay.
There might be an engine out there that calls for no lube on the bolts, but that will be specific in the engine manual.
Interesting.
And if you don't have the manual, lube the bolts.
Simple.
You lube the bolts and you lube the washer so that the bolt, otherwise you get a false torque. The bolt will
Stick.
get stuck on the washer and then it won't torque. And you'll think the head is tight, but it's not. When it heats up, the bolt will be loose. You have a very angry customer. Second stage already. We've talked it down to 30 just to settle the head. This is 70 and then we're going to go to 90. I think the factory service manual says like 87 or something, the final torque, but because it's old, we're going to give it a little more juice. Make sure it's down and settled. And then we got to redo it once you've warmed the motor up. Supposed to do it again. stage. A little bit more than stop. Right.
So hy het Gasket gewoon nooit gehad.
Maar nou nie kom kak praat nie.
Alright, so we got the head back on. Timing is set back in. Luckily the tension didn't pop all the way out. So yeah, got the chain back on. Gears back on. So tomorrow we'll do clearances. We've turned it over so everything's right. The mark there lines up. So yeah, tomorrow do valve clearances. Need to fix this shim that's not sitting properly. And then from there, yeah, we can close it up, start it, see what happens. Mm.